Hey, what's going on, y'all? Terrence the Therapist here. Thank y'all for tapping in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you know when these videos are about to drop. So I wanted to present this video to you guys on DeRay Davis. If you guys don't know who DeRay Davis is, he is a outstanding comedian. I love his work. He also is an amazing actor. He's been in plenty of movies, barbershop. The most recent thing I seen him in was Snowfall. He played Peaches in Snowfall. So if you guys are your Snowfall fans, you guys recognize D-Ray. D-Ray, he played Peaches in Snowfall. So I ran across this video on Vlad TV, and I know everybody has their opinion on Vlad TV and DJ Vlad. I'm not here to talk about all that right now. I just really want to focus on DeRay Davis's response. They're having a conversation about Harvey Weinstein and like all his affairs and all the things he's done and with sexual assaults and all that stuff. And they're having a conversation about what transpires in Hollywood. So DeRay Davis, he goes and he continues to talk about his opinion on what's going on in the matter. But then he further goes on and explains his experience when he was younger having sex with women who were 30 plus years old. So I want to get right into this clip. It is a full 10-minute video, but there's only a small part of this video that he actually talks about it. And I was kind of curious, like why this whole 10-minute video is like entitled like DeRay loses virginity at 13 to 30-year-olds, and it's only like like probably just a minute of him actually talking about it. They're talking about all this other stuff before and after. And I kind of was even thinking about too, like, why is that? Why didn't he really expand on what he was talking about? But I feel like it brings the conversation about men being sexually assaulted and how it's crazy how when men are sexually assaulted, especially, you know, a 13-year-old having sex with a 30-year-old, it could be acceptable. And I always question, why is that? Like, why is that acceptable, right? But also, too, you know, DeRay is like laughing about it. You know what I mean? Like DeRay is actually like legitimately like making a joke about it, like, oh, these are ugly, two big ugly women. But like in the same manner, you know, it happened, right? Now, in DeRay's defense, it is probably a coping mechanism to make a joke about the matter. You know what I mean? It might be easier for him to really make a joke about what's going on with him, as he's probably a little bit confused on like what happened to him as well too. You know what I mean? So I feel like, you know, there is an underlying like, you know, coping defense of him laughing about it, because, you know, sexual assault is not a laughing matter, to be point blank period. You know what I mean? But also too, if you think about it, what if this was a woman? What if a woman was like, oh yeah, I was 13 years old and a 30-year-old man took advantage of me? What would that look like? How would that sound? How many people will be laughing? Right? So I'm always an advocate of just people being really light around like men being sexually assaulted. You know what I mean? Because men, we do get sexually assaulted. And the fact of the matter is, like, for even DeRay here, like, to make a joke about it, you know, you have your own way of dealing with it, for sure. Like, you're entitled to deal with it how you want to deal with it. But I feel like as a society, his laughter is just a response and a reflection on how we look at men being sexually assaulted. Again, I feel like there has to be more conversations around this, because like even when I first saw this clip, I didn't watch, you know, the whole video like I did prior to making this video. But my thoughts really was just like, yo, like, how is it that like, you know, he may obviously, you know, I maybe he might be healed from it, you know, and it's funny now, right? Um, but I think the response from like Vlad and like it sounded like a couple people, the producers was laughing about it as well too. It undermines the fact of like, yeah, that was an issue. Nobody asked him like, hey, are you good off that? Like, are you okay? You know, like what what happened like after that? You know what I mean? Um, but DeRay, the only response he had was that like it's hard for him to like, go down. You know what I mean? Because that was the traumatic part for him. So um again, I do feel like, even this video right here and him, them laughing about it, is very, very, very it's very interesting. But I thought it was interesting again, like this video is about 10 minutes long and it's a 3 parts of him talking about it. And this is the only small part. I got to spend more time talking about it than he did even in this video. So I just wanted to share this with you guys. I do feel like, in his response, it's obviously very hard for him to talk about these things. It's very difficult to talk about these things. Even that pause right there, I was like, well, something is probably, maybe registering for him as to like where he wanted that conversation really to go. You know what I mean? Because he was like, yeah, I was a boy and I understand, but we just need to pay more attention to these things. Right. But yeah, I just wanted to share that video with you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'll put the full video description in the link so you guys can check it out for yourself. Yeah, I just feel like we need to be a little bit more mindful about men being sexually assaulted. We do most definitely need to take a little bit more ownership in anybody being sexually assaulted because, we can't condone that. You know what I mean? It causes so many psychological harms, you know what I mean? From like PTSD, from, you having to reinvent what intimacy looks like, what affection looks like. You know what I mean? Especially at such a young age. Like our brains aren't even developed yet. You know what I mean? So like for men, for even women, whoever's being sexually assaulted, but I'm again more so particularly focused on young men and boys that are being sexually assaulted because we don't have a voice in that space. We don't have a voice in that space. Right. So again, thank you guys for tapping in. You guys don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so when you know these videos are about to drop. All right. Until next time, y'all take care. Peace.